Uh-oh. That's one way to start, right? Dropping stuff.
You need to put all your stuff together.
Good morning. Huh? Let's see.
I need to redo your desk.
Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait for that. Okay, good morning. I'm just getting set up. Hi, Mom. Good morning. I'm doing this a different way today, too. I'm actually going to make the center first. And everybody's going to help me pick. So if you're on, say hi.
Hi.
Not you, Roy. Hi, Mom. The sooner I share, the sooner more people come on, too. I wish my fingers would catch up to me. Mom says hi, Roy.
Hi, Mom.
Where's Dad? All right. I think I'm all shared. All right. So I'm doing things a little bit different today. I'm Angela from 3L Creations. Good morning. And I am making a 12-inch red, white, and blue pinwheel flower. I actually am going to be making the center first. And this is where I'm going to ask for everybody's input. So, I'm alternating. Every other petal is going to be red, white, blue. And so, I'm trying to figure out which of these I want as my center. So, it's going to go on this styrofoam, this half circle. So, I was thinking maybe this. So, here, let me put this all in perspective for you guys because I'm very visual. So, here are my petals, and this is what I'm working with. I'm kind of leaning towards this blue and white, but I'm not sure. That's why I thought I'd let you all give me some input and give me your opinion. Today, I'm using a 10-inch red, white, and blue Poly Burlap Mesh. These are my petals. I do have some that I'm going to show you how to make them. So, I don't know. Hi, Dad. Oh, he said hi to you first.
Hi, Dad.
Thank you, Rhonda. I think that's what I want to do. Mom, Dad, what do you think? Yeah, I think that that'll look good. I mean, I could always, I guess, change it later, and if I don't like it, I can do another center. But I think that that'll look good. So, first I'm going to show you all how to do this. Hi, Deanne. How are you? How's that bow making coming along? So this is, and I always mess this up when I try and look it up too, but it's like a braided cord that I got from Hobby Lobby. And it kind of, this one reminds me of well, they all remind me of like a nautical theme. I'm actually, well, I'm going to take that off because I need that. This is going to be the beginning. Let me set that pin aside. The bows are good. Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that they're doing well. I think I'll just go ahead and cut this because the tape is being stubborn. Plus, I want it to be fresh right here too. Oh, as I say that and it all frays. I'm going to trim that though. So today I decided I'm going to use a 12-inch frame. I usually do the 14-inch, but I thought I'd switch it up a bit. Let's see. I always am at a loss of where to put stuff because only have so much room. Okay, so to prepare this, Samantha had such a great time. Yesterday my daughter turned 17, and oh my god, that's so crazy to say that. She had told me last night that she had such a great day, and what a great feeling that is, especially, you know, when you have a teenager that's that old. It's sometimes harder to please them as they get older, but her day was filled with lots of surprises, and she really enjoyed it a lot, and I'm so, so happy. She deserves it, so. I'm going to use this pipe cleaner. This is what's going to go in the plastic canvas on the wreath to hold this down, and we're also going to be putting some petals on there as well. So what you do is I'm going to take these, I think they call them, I don't know, there's two different kinds that I'm going to be using, this kind and this T-pin, which I think they're both quilting pins. But I just take this and kind of put it on one side, and I found that it's so hard to put this in the styrofoam. I was struggling with it the other day. So I try and just, I found that if I put it more towards the surface, it was easier. Okay, that's good enough. And then, I say that's good enough and then I keep fixing it. And then take a piece of felt. And I learned this from Julie of Julie's Wreath Boutique. But you go ahead and put some glue on it. And then you just lay it on top of the pins. And be careful because it's hot. That reminds me too, I need to get the little fingers out so that I don't, because I'm always burning myself no matter how careful I am. I always burn myself. So just press it down lightly because it is hot, and then I take these T-pins. Do you like that, Ashley? I love it. The birds, they're something else. It's just kind of refreshing to hear. It's better than hearing my dogs barking, even though I love them so much. So you just put one at each corner, and that one I just bent, but that's okay. Good morning, Samantha. And put another one here and another one here. What was that? Okay, and I'm live making this wreath. Just so you know, I meant to tell you. And so now the bottom's ready to go. And now that the glue is not so hot, I can press it down. so we're done with the pins. I'll set those aside. So to start the center, and then just with everybody that's on, if you're just joining, I'm using red, white, and blue petals. These are the petal. And we've decided to go with the blue and white because I wasn't sure which one I want to do. I think this is too close to white. I think that's just kind of too boring. Not boring, I want it to stand out. So we're gonna go with this blue and white. So you have to be careful with this because you do not want to burn your fingers because it really does not feel good unless you're into pain. I'm not. So, good morning, Andrea. Gurney says, happy belated birthday, Sammy. She said she loves you. So I'm just going to put this here. And if any of you watching are crafters, I have decided that Gorilla Glue is the only glue to use for this because, or just in general, because I tried using Joann's the other day and forget it. I have had things falling back off of my wreaths and that's not okay. So now that I've got that on there, I'm just going to go ahead and put more glue going around because that's what we're going to do. We're going to just go around in a circle as we're putting this on. And I'm just lightly pressing down on it because it does not take long for this glue to adhere, which is wonderful. Trying not to make a mess of it. Okay. So just little by little. Move this closer to me. And actually put this on this side. Hey babe, could you please give me a glue stick in this bag right here? Looks like I'm gonna need another one. Thank you. So this braided cord rope, I'm not sure what you call it, came from Hobby Lobby. I got it on sale when it's 50% off because that is, I think, the better way to shop for supplies if you can get that, because then you don't, that is not going towards your your customer is not paying for the full price and you're keeping your costs at a minimum, which is, I think, better. I'm just trying to keep it as tight as I can so that you're not seeing any holes, like you're not seeing the styrofoam. Uh-oh, what are you doing, Frankie? We did see the kids yesterday, Dad. It was wonderful. So another part of my daughter's birthday yesterday, I surprised her and I had a drive-by set up. And so a lot of her friends and family came by to wish her happy birthday. And my brother and my sister-in-law came, my parents came, my sister-in-law and brother-in-law came. A lot of people came by. It was so awesome. Sorry, I got some glue on my finger. Just get that. The worst is getting glue gun glue on you. Hi, Brenda, how are you? I'm starting at the top and working my way down because I don't want, you'll see when I get to the bottom, but it's better because then I can hide when I need to cut it, because I don't know if it's going to match up if I go from the bottom and work my way up. Well, I'm glad you learned something new, Dad. I think in most cases, it's probably best to start at the top and work your way down. Sorry, I'm just trying to get some of this glue off before it dries, but that's not happening. I'm actually gonna switch fingers. Oh, looks like I'm gonna need another glue stick. Go ahead and just grab one. Almost done. Yeah, I was really wishing I had red, white, and blue rope, Dan. I learned this from Julie of Julie's Wreath Boutique. And I thought it was an awesome, idea. There's so many different centers you can make for these flowers. But I knew today that I wanted to use the rope. Just wasn't sure what color. Where did you find red, white, and blue rope? So we're getting to the edge. So this will be the last time around. The styrofoam, I found this at Michael's the other day. I'm not a fan of the green foam at all. And that's what I used, I have, so. I'm going to show you how to make the petals. I just wanted to do the center first so that it could dry. Bless you.
Thank you.
Hi, Angie, how are you? Whoops. I have to look online at Joann's. I was looking there this morning. I don't buy from there too often, but hot glue, it does not feel good. Just a little bit more. I mean, you're not gonna really see the bottom, but okay. So now I'm gonna actually bring it up and over onto the back here. I do need another pin. Thanks, Dad. Popper, Frankie, Papa says hi. Popper and Franklin are the dogs. Let's see. Actually, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get that to go into the styrofoam. Well, we're going to find out right now, right? Mom says hi. Okay. So I'm just going to put some here. Lay this up on there. And then, actually, I think I'm going to use this pin. I'm going to kind of put it in from the side and push it in to the styrofoam. And I'm going to do it from this side too. Sorry, my husband is messing with something. Let's see. Put it in at an angle because I don't want it to come out the side. That should be good. And then I'm just going to actually take my heavier duty scissors. Cut it. I cannot get a hold of it there. Just gonna put a little bit more on here and another pin. Okay, I'll let that dry. So there is our center for our flower. Just pick off some of this glue that I got on here. What do you guys think? I think it turned out good, huh? Okay, let's get set up to make the flower. Thank you, Nancy, and hello, how are you? Oh, my computer decided it wants to give me an update. Okay, so let me just clean all this up. So here is our frame that we're going to be using. I'm good, thank you. So it's very important to be careful when you're using the hot glue gun because I have a blister now on the side of my finger because I touched it.
A new one?
Uh-huh, it's a new one. Right here on the side of my finger.
Same finger as the...
No, it was right here the other day because I decided to pick up my wood burning tool and didn't know that I didn't turn it off. It looks nice, huh, Dad? All right, so let me set this aside. So these are our petals, but I actually have saved some. I'm going to show you how to make them for our outside ring. So today I decided to use this 12-inch frame. There are still 6 sections, just like the 14-inch. Hey babe, would you mind doing me a favor?
What do you need?
Can you, oh, I think I got it. Put this over here so I don't touch the hot glue gun, because I've done that before too.
Don't touch it.
Yeah, I don't want to touch it. Okay. So I already had made all these petals. I'm going to be doing 6 in each section. I am not going to be using the bar this time. My dad has all kinds of things he comes up with, Deanne. So we're going to be alternating red, white, and blue. So what I did is I had a 10-inch piece of mesh that I folded into a triangle. Let's see. We'll just go like this for now. And then I just cut them in half. When I cut it in half, it actually adhered the edges, so it's not open. This is the only end that's open, okay? When you are making the petal, you want to make sure that this finished edge is on top, not the unfinished edge, okay? So what you do is, sorry, I'm still trying to pick this glue off of here. The longer edge is where you start. The middle part, Angie, I actually bought the styrofoam. It's a half circle. I bought that at Michael's the other day. And then this is actually a rope. It's a rope that I got from Hobby Lobby. It's a nice sturdy rope too, and I really like it. So that's what I use. They have all different colors. So putting it sideways, we're going ahead and start here, and we're just going to scrunch the ends. There's another petal that I do similar, just like that as well, except this is just half of a petal. So I just kind of fix it a little bit and make the underside, I push it in so that it looks like this. Oh, I'm sorry, Angie. No, this, here, let me go ahead and put a zip, put this on the frame. Well, I'm going to go ahead and put a zip tie on it because I should have started with the red first. I'm using 4-inch zip ties too. I'm going to see how it goes on here. I might use a different size, but all these petals that I did already make, I used the 4-inch. So this middle, I actually have put on with zip ties. It is a plastic canvas. So I don't know if you remember maybe your grandmother or when you all were younger or what have you, they did embroidery and they did stitch. And so they would actually put the needle in there and the yarn and you know, make a design with it. So that's what this is. Let's see. So red, white, and blue. So we're gonna start with red. I'm just gonna go with, in order of how we've always said it, red, white, and blue. So I'm gonna do red first, scrunch that up, fix this side, and then I'm going to go ahead and start here. I'm not using, so there's 4 wires. We do not use the first one, we skip it. We start on the second one. So actually I'm going to use longer ones for this part so that it's easier for you all to see. Okay. So put your zip tie on here. You put it on sideways, okay? You can either put the zip tie on all of them and then put it on, or, and I'll show you how that looks next, or you can just take it after you've made it and then attach it with the zip tie. it saves, you know, you from using more zip ties, but it's really a personal preference. Now, the petal may tend to go that way, but that's okay, because as Julie from Julie's Wreath Boutique, who I learned this from, as she says, you know, when you're looking at a flower, the petal just kind of goes in its natural way anyways. However, if you really want it to be more straight, you can actually, from the opposite way that you just put it on, you can actually put, and I'll show you what it looks like. I'm going to let them just lay as they do, but you can put another one on like this, going the opposite way, and then it kind of straightens the petal out. So it's kind of cool. It's really a personal preference, but for this, I just kind of want to I don't want to do more than I need to, so that you're not all sitting here watching forever. So we did red. Now we're going to do white. We're going to put 6 petals in each section, which is 2 of each color. Since we cut these in half, that means that we're using 1 piece each of the 10-inch Poly Burlap Mesh. Okay? If you have any questions along the way, please let me know. Okay. So again, to show you, take the long side here, because you want the finished edge is what you want it to be here, okay? So we just start scrunching it up until you get to the end. I pinch it to hold it, and then I kind of push this in so that it curves. And then we're gonna go ahead and put it on here. And if you want, you can actually go in the opposite direction when you're putting them on. So the other one, I put it on the other way. This one, I can put it on this way, and you can alternate. However you would like to put them on, it's completely up to you. So now we have the red, white, and blue. We're going to start with another red one. Scrunch it to the end and just form it. Grab your zip tie. Place the petal in there. You can cut the zip ties as you go if you would like, or you can just wait and cut several at the same time. That's usually what I do. Oh, all the other petals I made beforehand, so I was used to just putting the zip tie on and not on here, so. Okay, and then one more is gonna be the blue. That's gonna kind of bother me, so I think I'm gonna put another one on it because I feel like it's turning too much. I actually use my wood burning tool to cut the mesh, and what you do when you cut it is you cut in between the section, the line going down, to get a cleaner cut. This one. And I can show that to you also. Just try and save time by not needing to cut the mesh so that you're not all sitting here. You're welcome, Angie. I'm happy to answer any questions you have, or anyone has. Okay, this is the last petal in this section. them spaced out the same. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing. We're gonna just keep going, red, white, blue. So there's going to be 6 petals in a section. That means that if I have 6 sections, there's going to be 36 pieces. So if you divide that in 3, that's how many 10-inch pieces you're going to cut. So you're really not cutting a lot of the poly burlap since you're cutting it in half. I think it's probably the mailman that the dogs lose their mind when they come to the door. Yeah, it's a 12-inch frame. So each section on the second ring is going to have 6 in each section. So that's one 10-inch piece. Thank you, Ashley. Is everything okay? Yeah. Oh, okay. Heard the mailman and my husband talking. So we have red, white, and blue. Red. Just making room to fit 2 more in here. Are you serious? Is that all that was in there?
That's all that was in there.
Oh my gosh, Michael's is funny. So I've been ordering flowers from them. What a waste of shipping. Oh my gosh. They sent me a box with 1 thing.
It's 2 flowers.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was 2. Here, let me see.
Well, I opened it because he told me that the package was damaged and he wasn't sure.
That was it. And because
Yeah.
this is the box. Oh my gosh, that is so silly. I'm just appreciative that I can get supplies right now, so. And I know a lot of people are really backlogged. You know what, Ashley? I got an order the other day, and it was in a Home Depot box. And I said to my husband, I go, did we order something from Home Depot? And I looked at the label because it had my name on it, and I go, I don't remember ordering anything. It was from Michael's. So, yeah, not sure what that means, really, but I'm just, again, appreciative that Michael's is shipping and using whatever they need to ship out. It's crazy, huh? I still, as you can hear, I still think it's funny. So I remember why I had set all these aside that I did, because I was actually going to use them for the middle to show you, but it doesn't matter. It's all still the same petal, and it's still going to go on the same way. So there's a little bit of fear when you're making these and you count it out and you count it out. You're always like, oh God, I really hope if I'm going live that I've made enough and that I don't mess this up. Hi, Lori. Thank you so much. I actually learned it from Julie of Julie's Wreath Boutique. She's pretty awesome. And I believe that this petal is a Dean Michael design. And that's how she learned it. Julie has the most amazing flowers. And honestly, I like to search for things on YouTube because I like to watch tutorials, and came across her, and I'm like hooked, kind of like Lori from Hardworking Mom. She's the same. I mean, they just do such amazing work that, and they're so, the way they explain things and the way that, you know, they're very personable, and you can tell, and that really helps a lot, I feel. So I'm using 8-inch zip ties here. Yes. The rest of this should go by quickly because I've already made the petal. I just wanted to make sure that you all got to see how to make it, aside from the cutting process. But again, if you're just now, if you've just now tuned in, when I have the mesh, I don't have 2 pieces now, but it's usually a triangle. So then you just take, what I do is I actually take my metal ruler and I use my wood burning tool and just cut down the middle of it to get this petal. And what happens when you do that is it actually adheres it here as well. So you have 2 edges that are together. So it's actually kind of cool. I like it. Yes, that's exactly what I did. I didn't cut the mesh for you all to see, but it is a 10-inch roll of poly burlap that I cut into 10-inch pieces. That's really important because you want to make sure that you can do a perfect square, because otherwise it's hard to make a triangle. But yeah, you fold it in half, and then you just take your wood burning tool or whatever you'd like. I think that the wood burning tool is best because it adheres it, and then you just cut it down the middle, and that's how you get your petal. I've heard of them, Lori. I actually got one of their boards the other day because I really want to make one of those roses. And I know everybody uses those boards to do it, but I think I'm going to try and make it this way too, after. I actually don't, but I think I'm going to do a tutorial, Angie, soon, where I'm not going to go live to do it, and this way I can show you all how to do it, because it's very time consuming, and so I don't want to make this longer than it needs to. I feel like you have people's attention for a certain period of time, depending. If you're a crafter, I know that we've got each other's attention, but so, okay, now I have 3 more sections. I'm going to start with the petals that are finished already, so. But I do have some tutorials on YouTube. I don't remember if I've actually shown how to cut it. I can't remember. So I don't know if anybody knows, but I launched my website last week, and very exciting. And today is the last day of my launch sale. Everything in my shop is 30% off. And that will include this once I've priced it and got it up in the shop. I have a lot of items in there. I have deco mesh wreaths in different techniques, and I also have flowers as well. So you should check it out. It's www. And then it's the number 3 LELLE creations.com. Go to shop, and that's where you'll see everything I have. I actually have made the Stars and Stripes wreath as well, so if you've seen that, I actually can take some orders for that. I do make a 10, a 12, and a 14 inch. Regular price for those is $55, $60, and $65 respectively, based on those sizes. No, she didn't come up with the technique, Lori. As I had mentioned, that this petal is a Dean Michael petal. That's what Julie had mentioned. That's where she learned it from. I learned how to make this wreath that I'm making from Julie. This whole wreath, not the petal technique. Thank you, Angie. Oh, I guess I misunderstood. I apologize. I watch Julie's tutorials, and that's where I learned how to make this petal. And she mentioned where she learned to make the petal from, but the wreath, I learned to make it from her. As far as putting all the petals and what have you, and how many you put and what and stuff. Has anyone on here, if you're a crafter, have you made a flower yet? Or do you just stick with deco mesh, or? Okay, we're moving on to the next section. I'm gonna actually move the center because with more petals, it's getting in the way. Yeah, I haven't seen any of the Dean Michael designs. I started following her, I think on Facebook, and I think YouTube. But I've been so busy with all of my own orders that I only have time to really, I've had time to watch Julie from Julie's Wreath Boutique and Lori from Hardworking Mom, so. And I try to catch lives and watch them as I'm working. It's kind of like listening to music while I'm working. I don't know, it's really relaxing to me, and watching people make wreaths is. Probably sounds kind of odd to some. Guess we all have different things that relax us, right? Yeah, I've actually made flowers and not just poly burlap too. Angie. I actually made a sunflower the other day for the first time. I made a peacock one too. And that turned out really cool. I really like it. I like how these flowers turn out. I think they're really cool. Dad, you're silly. And I'm gonna trim this right here. I did zip tie each one first because I was trying to save time. Now, if I was recording this to post it later, I would have just done like I did these first ones and just put it on. without doing the extra zip tie. But I put a 4-inch zip tie on these. It was easier to do that way and then use these 8-inch ones. Thanks, Dad. So this is the last one in this section, and we'll be moving on to this last section on the second ring. I'm excited because I think what I hear behind me is my husband putting together a table. I've been making do with this 4-inch folding table. And this right here, we found from IKEA, a table to go ahead and marry up to that, because that's an IKEA piece also. So I'm very excited to have that together. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out which way to put this for some reason. I forgot. Yeah, you know, I've seen the rubber band thing, but it kind of makes me nervous because the one time that I watched that, I watched them put the rubber band in their mouth, and I didn't feel like that was very sanitary. So, with everything going on with the virus, the last thing I want to do is put my germs on a wreath that I'm wanting to sell to somebody. Not that that's how I would use it, but yeah. It's funny where our mind goes when we see things like that, right? I'm also afraid of snapping myself with it, so I like the zip ties, and it hides it when you've put it the next set on, the next row. I know, I'm silly. If you're a crafter out there and you've been ordering supplies online, have you been having issues with FedEx delivering your orders? I'm just curious because I had a craft outlet order recently, and I had to call them to see and put in a case because it had just been sitting somewhere for days. And now I have a Sims pottery order that I've been waiting for that's been sitting for, I think today's day number 4. So now I'm gonna have to call them again. Well, that's good, Deanne. It's probably the way that you should. I feel like I fumble with my fingers, though. So now, since that was the last one, I just lifted up this one to put over the top because you want to see this finished edge. I haven't had issues, Ashley, with UPS or the post office, but I never have issues with FedEx, so I was really surprised. So we started with the red. Next, we're going to start with the white. We're going to put 5 petals in each section. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to put it in between each petal, okay? So we started with the red. I'm going to start with the white. Yeah, it was really weird because Craft Outlet, I mean, I don't have issues with at all. You know, and I know that, oh, I'm putting it on backwards. I know that they are, you know, are a little backlogged and what have you. I was just really surprised because I had never had issues with deliveries. But, I mean, I think that there's some weather-related issues going on in other parts of the country, so that could be why, I'm assuming. So now I'm on ring 3 also, just to let you know. Yeah, and honestly, Ashley, that's what I was thinking, but I was like, for example, the one I'm waiting on now is just sitting in Georgia. It's been sitting there since the 19th, and I'm like, I haven't heard of there any issues with weather over there. I know Michigan's having some issues, with, you know, like with their dam breaking, but I'm like, I don't understand. Hi, Mary. I'm doing good. How are you? So yeah, the other day with my Craft Outlet order, because I was like, Craft Outlet is really good about getting their stuff out quick. As quick as they can, I should say. And I knew it wasn't their fault that, you know, I wasn't getting the package yet. So it was just weird. Oh, yes. Thank you, Ashley. Sorry, I didn't see that. Oh, shoot. I put that on the wrong side. Sorry about that. Let me just remove this. Ah! There. I didn't see the blue. It blended in with the blue. So once we're done going around in this section, so again, it's going to be 5 petals in each section. So 5 times 6 is 30, and if you divide that by 3, that is 10 of each color. I actually get them on Amazon. I just started an affiliate shop with them too. I'm not done yet, but putting all the items in there that I use. But that's where I've been finding them from. Just be careful when you are picking zip ties too, because some of them can be super thick and you do not want that. It's harder to work with, especially on the plastic canvas. So I've tried to find as thin, and it goes by millimeter, but they also call it pounds. So I try and find the thinnest ones that I can. So last one in this section. Oh, thank you. Yeah, this is the second one that I've done. And so when I had the request to do something red, white, and blue, I thought about this because I hadn't done it in a while. So starting in the new section, I'm still putting these in between each petal that I have on that section, okay? So these two are next to each other, but they're also different sections. Oh, I did a really good job of giving myself a blister on the side of my finger that I use to do this.
Good work.
Thank you so much. I try to do good work. Okay, Angie, sounds good. Thanks for watching, though, and thank you so much. I appreciate it. Have a great day. Glue or something on my nail. I was like, what is that? See, it's a good thing that I already had made these petals because it's been an hour already. There's just a lot of moving parts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'll use this one. Okay, last one in this section. Would you mind getting me some water? Actually, isn't there some right there?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Dad. Except it's not DOT, it's .com.
Cold square in the fridge.
Thank you. Oh, there you go. Look at what you just did, Dad. I can see it. Dad's learning. Yeah, so today is the last day of my launch sale. Everything's 30% off in my shop. I like to do that periodically. And I thought, what better time to do a discount than to, or have an excuse for it than for my launch. Some of these zip ties are so stubborn sometimes. It's like they don't want you to use them. So,
Saw something.
yep, he saw something, or somebody's here, or he thinks he's heard somebody, or the wind blew. Copper, calm down. or a dog walk by. That's a good one. Yeah, then he gets the little one going. Did you hear Frankie?
Yeah.
It's like an aftershock. They really remind me of Scooby and Scrappy. Because Copper is the bigger, oh, that's backwards. Copper's the bigger one and Frankie is a little dog. You always want to make sure you have the flat side of the zip tie up. Otherwise, when you pull it through, it does nothing. I did that the other day, and I was wondering why was the zip tie not working. Trim this. Did you go investigate, Frankie? Is everything good? We have one more section after this next petal I put on. And then we have the middle to put on, and then we're done. last one. So I'm going to start here next. And so we did red to start, then we did the white. Now I'm going to do blue. So we're going to start blue here. And we're going to do it on the plastic canvas. But what I want to see first is how our center is going to look. And I think I'm going to put this on now. Then it'll be easier to put these other petals on. Well, we're just gonna see how it looks for now. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm looking to see how far I need to put this petal in, because I want to cover up this the zip tie too. So it looks like probably gonna come into this row, and I'm actually gonna use some thinner 8" because it's easier to get it in here. So just poke it through that, and I'm placing my blue in between the two white. Now I have 21 that are going to go around the middle here, which isn't an even number. And I know that, which means there's an uneven amount of petals, but I just made extra.
But you have 3 colors.
Yeah, well,
So there's 3 of each.
There's
7 of each color.
Right, but if you take the triangle that I had and you cut it in half, you're going to have a leftover piece. Are you picking up what I'm throwing down now?
I am.
Okay. And then I'm just going to put my zip tie in the hole next to it. I'm using about, I think, a total of 4 of the holes, and then I'm just putting this in between it. I think this is the hardest part, because sometimes I've actually taken it apart before because, like, the center, I didn't feel like it fit right because I had it too far away, or these plastic canvases are really great. I really like them. Sorry, my husband decided to go into the living room, and so the little one thought there was a murderer or something. Oh, I need blue, not red. The way they bark, you would think that there's somebody breaking in. So did you all know that I'm on social media besides just Facebook and YouTube? I I actually trying to get more followers on Instagram. I post quite a bit on there, and recently I was allowed to add a shop there that is attached to my Facebook, and both are attached to my website. It's really cool. I feel very fortunate that everything is working out the way that it is, and just more avenues to be able to put my work out there. And my Instagram is the same. It's the number 3, L Creations. Yeah, I guess they're better than an alarm, but it's still, it scares me sometimes because I'm not expecting it. I mean, it's scared you before when you've been over here. Let's see, did I use them all? Here's one more. I've also found that doing a flower live, it's a little bit harder because if for some reason you feel like you want to change the way that you laid it out or what have you, then you can do that because you can edit the video. Okay, Dad. Dad said he never gets scared when the dogs bark.
He's so big and tough.
He's really a tough guy. And I'm not talking about Frankie either. These thinner ones are just a lot easier to get it through the canvas, so. Hi, Lou. Thank you for joining. I'm making this pinwheel, red, white, and blue pinwheel flower. If you watch the replay, I'll also be putting it on my YouTube channel, but I explain how I made the petal in case you would like to try and make this. I also made the center for this on the live as well. Whenever I get to the end, I always feel like I'm going to run out of petals. Sounds good, thank you. You have to be careful when you are picking up the wreath too, because depending, like the 14-inch frame, I use that a lot. It actually scratches the heck out of my hand. Let's see. This is also a number 7 plastic canvas. Thanks, Dad. Wait till you see it with the center on it. That's my favorite part, seeing it all coming together. Because you know, you come up with a plan and I have an idea of what it's going to look like in my head, but you don't know what it's going to look like until you're done, obviously. Looks like I might use more. Good thing I have extra. I'm just gonna do this. Yeah, that's gonna be the last one. So I have a red and a blue left. And we're going to put the blue over that. Okay. Cut these. Okay. Oh, you know what, Lou? I really love this too, especially getting to hear the birds chirping. And where we live, so I'm in San Diego, and where we are, in the county that we live in, it's actually really a lot quieter than most areas.
Until the fighter jets go overhead.
Yeah, there's that too. So I just put that in. Now you can see what the bottom looks like too. And then just twist it a couple times. I actually cover the back with felt. I think it looks nicer, so cut that off. And are you guys ready? Here it is. All done. Thanks for the drum roll, babe. You're awesome. So then what I would do is just kind of fix everything and make it look but yeah, there you go. You can watch the replay of this if you want to do your own. I also have a tutorial that I just put up in my shop, and to make my Stars and Stripes wreath. If you don't know what that one is, look it up. It is a really popular one, and a lot of people have really liked it. So, wow, that's super cute. I love how it turned out. Thank you, Lou. I think it turned out really good with the blue and white too. So, all right. So I'm Angela from 3L Creations. Thanks for joining me today. If you don't already follow me, please follow me on Facebook, Instagram. I'm on Twitter, also Pinterest, and you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Check out my new website and my shop. I have a 30% off sale going on and ends tonight at midnight. That's www.3LELLE-creations.com. And please share with your friends. The more the merrier. I love to be able to create these visions that I come up with for you all. And I love input too. So if you have something you'd like to see made, if I have the materials to do so, I would totally do it. But yeah, you can check out my latest work on Instagram and Facebook as well. Thanks for joining me today. I will be going live. I'm back to my normal schedule next week because my daughter's birthday was this week. And so I will be going live probably Thursday and Friday, or Thursday and Saturday next week. Thanks for joining me. Have a great rest of your weekend and stay safe. Thanks. Bye.